What Thomas Tuchel must do to stop Chelsea's rot with Arsenal. Chelsea are champions of Europe and title contenders. Arsenal are in freefall with a COVID-hit squad lacking in confidence. Sunday's London derby should be a foregone conclusion, right? Wrong. In fact, recent history between these two teams says the exact opposite. The Gunners have become somewhat of a bogey team for the Blues, despite the gulf in achievements and progress between the sides in recent years. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal have won their last 3 competitive games against Chelsea in all competitions, a run which saw them win both league games last season, plus the 2020 FA Cup final. Last 4 competitive games. Chelsea 0-1 Arsenal, May 2021, Arsenal 3-1 Chelsea, December 2020, Arsenal 2-1 Chelsea, August 2020, Chelsea 2-2 Arsenal, January 2020. In fact, the West Londoners have managed just 3 victories over the Gunners in their past 14 encounters. The days when Didier Drogba used to haunt Arsene Wenger's Arsenal are truly behind us. It's not been all doom and gloom for the Blues, who do have a pre-season friendly victory at the Emirates Stadium already in their bank for the coming season. Blues attackers Kai Havertz and Tammy Abraham netted in either half in North London, despite Granit Xhaka's equaliser from a corner. Thomas Tuchel's side will also be keen to continue Chelsea's rise up the table as they look to close the gap on Manchester City, who ran away with the Premier League last season. So ahead of a mouth-watering London derby at the Emirates this Sunday, how do Tuchel's Blues finally stop the rot against Arteta's Arsenal? Cut out the silly mistakes. One factor that has let Chelsea down in recent matches against Arsenal is their defensive mistakes, no matter who the head coach is. A clanger at the back was how the Blues managed to gift Arsenal 3 points the last time the two teams met last May. Jorginho's horrendous backpass to Kepa Arrizabalaga forced the Spaniard to parry the ball out to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who gave Emile Smith-Rowe a tap-in for the winning goal. In the return fixture at the Emirates, more mistakes put Arsenal into an even bigger lead over their rivals. Reece James conceded a needless penalty on Kieran Tierney with 4 other Chelsea defenders around the ball, while nobody closed down Bukayo Saka, who curled home a third from the right-hand side. In the FA Cup final, the entire Blues defense was undone by one Tierney long ball, and Aubameyang stole a march over Cesar Azpilicueta to win another penalty. Another game further back saw N'Golo Kane slip on the halfway line to grant Gabriel Martinelli a one-on-one opportunity which he slotted home. There were even signs of defensive frailties in the pre-season friendly between the two earlier this month. Smith-Rowe hit the post after Ruben Loftus-Cheek presented a clearance straight to Thomas Partey, while Granit Xhaka headed into the net whilst completely unmarked from a corner. For some reason, Chelsea saved their defensive errors for when they play Arsenal. The Blues haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 9 matches against the Gunners, meaning they struggle to keep their London rivals at bay. Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso are experienced defender, but are sometimes not reliable enough. At the heart of the back four, Andreas Christensen, Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger have also suffered their dips of inconsistencies, and will the inexperienced Trevoh Chalobah get the nod at the Emirates on Sunday? One piece of news that Chelsea won't want to hear is that Arsenal club captain Aubameyang, who has 3 goals in 6 games against the Blues in his career, could return to the Gunners' starting lineup after having COVID-19 last week. Tuchel has steadied the ship defensively, but if the Gabon forward plays, his 3 central defenders will be in for a tough afternoon this Sunday. Keep an eye on Arsenal's wide players. Aubameyang will occupy much of the space in the middle, but it is out wide where Arsenal have had a lot of joy against Chelsea over the years. The majority of the Gunners' attacking play does operate down the left through full-back Tierney, who as mentioned earlier won 2 penalties against Chelsea in his last 3 games against them in very different aspects. Close attention to the relationship between Tierney and Xhaka is needed. The pair regularly enjoy the best passing partnership in Arsenal matches, and failure to contain that combination could spell trouble. Down the right, not enough attention to Saka presented Arsenal with a 3rd goal in the Emirates League clash last season, while the Gunners' winning goal in the FA Cup final came from an unchallenged Hector Bellerin burst down the same wing. Tuchel should be concerned that one simple ball can break through this Chelsea defense in a heartbeat. Warning signs have been given to the Blues in this regard. In the pre-season clash at the Emirates, Albert Sambi Lokonga played Nicolas Pepe through on goal far too easily with a lofted ball over the top, with the Ivorian crossing for Joe Willock who lashed home, but the goal was not given. And in the Blues' opening league clash against Crystal Palace, Wilfried Zaha nearly hauled the Eagles back into the contest after he beat too many Chelsea defenders down that side of the pitch. Arsenal may be low on confidence, but they do possess some excellent wide options. On their days, Aubameyang, Saka, Martinelli and Pepe can create havoc for a backline, And a first home game of the season with fans back, let alone a London derby, is the perfect time to turn up. Be more clinical. It is not just at the back where Chelsea have to pay attention. The Blues need to improve in the final third of the pitch if previous matches with Arsenal are anything to go by. The West Londoners have been wasteful in recent games against the Gunners, failing to convert what appear to be simple chances against a backline which is not the best. In their last encounter, Kai Havertz lifted a one-on-one chance over the ball when it looked easier to score, while Olivier Giroud struck the bar from inside the 6-yard box. In the FA Cup final, Christian Pulisic had 2 golden chances to add to the 5th-minute strike that opened the scoring, but failed to trouble Emiliano Martinez in goal. And in the 2019-20 league game, the Blues spent most of the game playing against 10 men after David Luiz's early red card, but failed to make their dominance count and ended up drawing the tie 2-2. The Blues pre-season friendly showed that Timo Werner can get a lot of joy in a wide area against a slow Arsenal backline. The German hit 2 shots into the side netting from good areas, while Hakim Ziyech could have netted a tap-in after rounding Bernd Leno, but took too long, and Ben White was able to clear. One factor that could fix this issue is Romelu Lukaku, who could make his debut following his £98 million move from Inter Milan earlier this summer. The Belgian is one of the most clinical strikers in the game after leading the Italian side to Serie A last season, and his area of expertise is finishing within the penalty area. Should Chelsea continue to make chances for him, then the 28-year-old will score them. Press the Gunners high. Having Lukaku in the team could help them finish them, but another area where Chelsea could generate their own chances is by pressing them high up the pitch. It is not just Chelsea who often make defensive errors in these London derbies, the Gunners are equally capable of making them too. Luiz's red card at the start of 2020 came from a poor defensive mishap from Shkodran Mustafi. In their most previous encounter, Havertz's one-on-one came from a poor touch by Pablo Mari that the German nearly profited from. The winning goal in the pre-season friendly came from a mix-up between Bellerin and Xhaka, which left Abraham with a simple finish for the goal that separated the two teams. Arsenal are quite simply lackadaisical in their building out from the back, with the likes of Xhaka, Bellerin and Mohamed Elneny capable of errors should they be hounded by fast attackers. Chelsea have that in abundance. Werner, Havertz, Ziyech all possess a great deal of pace, and Tuchel has instilled a reliable pressing game in his short time in West London. The Blues certainly have the tools to make things difficult for Arsenal this Sunday.